Hello everyone, welcome to the Event.Gives live streaming video demo. This is an entire 30 minutes devoted to our live streaming feature of Event.Gives, and we're very happy that you're able to join us today. In addition, later in about 15 minutes, we will go live to Scott Robertson, our guest host for today, who will show you the platform and exactly how it works with you bidding and donating on items live. So it should be a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it. The first thing that I want to tell you about Event.Gives is that we have an entire platform devoted to silent auctions, ticket purchases, bidding, voting, like Dancing with the Stars or Battle of the Bands. All of those tools are available for virtual events and very easy to set up. We've had clients come in, set up events in less than a week, host those events, collect all of their income at the end of the night, and then be able to raise money for their nonprofit in less than a week. So it's very easy to set up, and we've worked really hard to create engagement points with your attendees to your nonprofit events. It's our number one passion, is how do we help nonprofits engage with their constituents, be able to help them learn more about the nonprofit and contribute to the nonprofit. So with that, I'll show you a couple of pieces about our particular platform. There's two main pieces of it. The first, on the left-hand side of your screen, is the event site that our software helps you create in a very easy way. And if you are interested, every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, Kelsey does a demo of the entire system so that you can see the event site, the ticketing, the silent auctions, the virtual side of the house. And then on the right-hand side of the screen there, you see our manager admin console, which is the tool you use to build that event site, to put in your types of tickets, the promo codes that you want, your items, your minimum bids. All of those things are done in the manager console. And every Thursday at 2 p.m., Kelsey does a webinar that teaches you everything you need to know about that manager platform in order to get your own event up and running. Many people use our support documents through Zendesk and our YouTube videos that are available right now today, recordings of those webinars, as well as other support tools to help you get going even this afternoon. So you certainly don't need to wait for those webinars, but they're a great opportunity to learn even more. And then every week we do this demo at 2 o'clock on Wednesdays to demonstrate the live virtual feature. As you're looking at your screen today, you'll notice, just like attendees of your event would, that you have not downloaded any software, you're just on the video, but you're going to have interactivity on top of your screen, and one of those interactive points is the button that is a question mark with support, that blue button. If you click it, you can send a ticket into our support system right here live. I'll see it, Kelsey will see it, she can answer that chat as we talk for the next few minutes, and at the end of our demo, I will answer any of those questions that you had. So please use that support document button to send us any of the questions that you have. Our system from the very beginning was built around text messaging, and we are mobile first. In an in-room experience, we've built our system in such a way that the end user can very simply get into the event, engage with the event on their phone, in the room, do everything that they need to in the mobile experience. And of course, it works very well on desktop, as many of you are joining us on desktop today. So the live feature works just as well on mobile as it does on desktop. And we use text messaging to assure that everybody gets those outbid notifications and has a good engagement experience throughout the entire time of your event. What we're here to talk about today is the live event.gives. And so literally what you're watching at this moment is our platform around helping events that need to hold their event completely virtually. As we've built it knowing that in the fall and the next year, you're going to end up having hybrid events. We know that to be true now. We have many, many events that we're working on that they are going to have all sorts of hybrid situations where last year they had 400 people in room for an event. This year they're going to have maybe 30 people in the room and 100 people virtually, or maybe they're going to have 7 rooms with 20 people in each of those rooms, and they're going to have people virtually. So we've really built the system with that in mind, knowing your needs are around allowing your host, your executive director, showing your mission video. All of these things can happen completely virtually as well as they happen in room, and we'll demonstrate that in just a bit. When we get to the next portion, as I throw it over to Scott, what you're going to see is the event view, which is what you would see right at this moment, and the live bidding, which is when Scott will begin to actually take a bid, and then you'll be able to bid on that item, and Scott is going to see live exactly your bids as they come in, and he's going to be able to call you out and have a lot of fun, and then ultimately someone's going to win the item. And there's going to be a paddle raise to show you how our donation side of the house works. And at the end of the event, everyone is pushed to their virtual cart where you would pay for all of your items and donations at the end of the night. So if your event had a virtual event that was hosting a silent auction and raffles or voting or specific donation opportunities, you can even sell t-shirts or mugs or any of those fixed items. You can do all that, plus you can do this live video engagement piece that we'll show you today. All of it ties in together and is very simple for the end user. All we ask in the beginning is their mobile number and their name, and we get them into the system as easily as possible. And then we'll collect more data to them as we need it, so that by the end they have completely paid via Apple Pay or Google Pay or their credit card, so that the system is very fluid to that attendee, both in person and virtually. We try to eliminate all the clicks to make the attendee feel very supported. So with that, I'm going to shoot over to Scott Robertson, who is live right now, ready to show you the rest of the system. So with that, I'll toss it over to you.
Thank you all, and thank you all for tuning in today. And a big shout out to my friends from New Horizons, because I know there's several people watching. I'm telling you, this software works. So for the record, my name is Scott Robertson, and Sarah Rose Bittner and I make up the auction division of Scott Robertson Virtual Fundraising Auction Consultants and Auctioneers. We've been in business since 1994 and have helped not-for-profit organizations raise over $350 million. As we like to say, we were fundraising auctioneers before it was cool. So in late February, we saw the writing on the wall as far as COVID-19 and realized that in-person events were going to come to an abrupt halt, which of course they did. But we also knew that we had to save the day, so to speak, for the charities that were going to be affected, because for most people, the fundraising gala is the biggest profit maker they have for the entire year. So that is really, really important. And so we started out and we worked really hard and we pioneered and had the third virtual gala in the United States. There was no roadmap, but we made it happen. And for right now, virtual is the only thing that makes sense. So when I was pioneering it out, my first call was to Harmon's AV in Fort Myers and asked, can you do that? And Chris Snap said, yes, we can. We've been doing things like this with virtual meetings for years. The next was to figure out the mobile bidding platform that would work, because we had to have some sort of mobile bidding platform. And unfortunately, we quickly figured out that Zoom and YouTube were not the best for streaming for a variety of reasons. And all the mobile bidding platforms I knew required viewers to have a second device, like a smartphone, to watch on their laptop and then bid on their smartphone. But the big deal was that 40-second latency factor. That's the delay from when you push the button till I see it. And it wasn't working very well. It worked, but it wasn't working very well. It made bidding and donating confusing, clumsy, and, well, frankly, a little bit awkward. So the search was on to find a platform where people could view the stream and bid on their same device with a limited latency. And I thought I was searching for a unicorn. And then I came across Event.Gives. And as you'll see here in just a few minutes, the Event.Gives platform streams and bids on the same platform, and essentially there is no latency. And I'm telling you, this is a real game changer for fundraising events. So let's get into our software demonstration. Our first demo today is this fantastic EasyGo golf cart. You'll make you the envy of everyone in your neighborhood. Whether you play golf or not, golf carts are simply fun. And we're going to start the bidding tonight at $1,500. Who will start us off at $1,500? And at home, all you've got to do is push the button and hold it down for just an extra second. $1,750 is $1,500 is bid now $1,750 at $1,750. Go ahead and bid. It doesn't cost you anything today. $2,000 is bid $2,250, $2,500, $3,250. Here we go with $3,500. Now $4,000. $4,000 is bid. Where's $4,000? $4,000 is bid at $4,250 at $4,250. $4,500. It's a $5,000. We have $5,000. Who will be a hero when we go 5,250? 5,250. 5,250 is bid now $5,500 at $5,500 at $5,500. $5,500 at $5,500. So $5,250. Thank you so much. That was absolutely awesome. Now our second item, and let me make it a little better. There we go. And congratulations to Jessica Gear, who bid $5,250. Thank you so much. And John Hollister, we are sorry. We're going to get you the next item for sure. Okay, so our second item up today is a 3-day stay in the beautiful Charleston, West Virginia area. By the way, that's the home of Event.Gives, so you know it's cool. Here we go. Who will start us off? We're going to start off at $1,000 and go in $500 increments. Meredith, you're in at $1,000, and now $1,500 at $1,500 at $1,500. $1,500 is in. Elizabeth is in for $2,000. Thank you, Elizabeth. And now $2,500. Meredith's back in, and Laura's in at $3,500. Here we go at $4,000. Thank you, Thea. John Hollister. My goodness, the bidding's going crazy. Sarah's in at $6,000. Anna's in at $6,000. Now $6,500 at $6,500 at $6,500. One of the most charming spots in the world, Charleston, West Virginia. Charleston, South Carolina. I'm in Charleston, West Virginia. Here we go. Laura's in at $7,500. Anna's in at $8,000. Who'll say $8,500 with Meredith? And how about $9,000 at $9,000? Michael's in at $9,000 at $9,500 at $9,500. So $9,000. Congratulations, Michael Benzenia, at $9,000. Folks, you can see how easy it is. Now, today, when you see me, I'm in a little town called Fayetteville, West Virginia, with limited internet, and it's working just fine. Event.Gives is in Charleston, South Carolina, and you're wherever you are. And the bids were coming in that quickly. In fact, the only slow part about the process was me. So that's how we do live auction items. Now let's talk about the special appeal, because with virtual fundraising galas, just like traditional, the special appeal, fund and need, whatever we want to call it, is really where you're going to raise the bulk of your money. So here's how we're going to do it. Generally speaking, we're going to have a speaker, or we're going to show a video. Well, with virtual, it makes showing the video so much easier. So you produce a compelling video of a reason to give, and then you show the video, and we roll right into the donations. So if you would, Patrick, roll that video.
Say opera.
What an opportunity we have to pretend to make a difference. I know, but all your money, it doesn't matter. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off at a higher level of $5,000 and work our way down. And all we can ask is that you give at a level that is meaningful for you. So who will start us off tonight at $5,000? John Hollister is in for $5,000. John, that is fantastic. Who will join John at the $5,000? Meredith, I thought you would. Thank you so much. Meredith says $5,000. Who else will say $5,000? Who else will say $5,000? And it's a time that you can, and remember, it's 100% tax deductible, except in this case, you're not actually spending any money, are we? So who else would join us at $5,000? At $5,000, Jessica Gear. Thank you, Jessica. I know how much this cost means to you. At $5,000. Anyone else? Well, I tell you what we're going to do. Let's progress on to $2,500. Who will press that button and make a meaningful donation of $2,500? At $2,500. Laura Robinson, $2,500. Thank you. Elizabeth Verson at $2,500. Thea, thank you so much at $2,500 from New Horizons. Who else would give $2,500 at $2,500? Anyone else at $2,500? Well, I tell you what, let's move on to $1,000. Who will raise their paddle or push their button tonight at the $1,000 level, knowing, and Meredith comes in at an additional $2,500, thank you, but who will give $1,000? Amanda gives $1,000, thank you. Who else would give $1,000? At $1,000, Anna Harwood says $1,000, thank you, Anna. And as you can tell, we're already up to $165,000. Liz, at $1,000. Thank you so much, Liz Lazella. At $1,000. Well, I tell you what, perhaps none of those numbers were the right ones for you. So I want you to look down and I want you to find that other button. And let's say you've got a lucky number, like say $3,421. We'll take it because you can put any number you want. Thank you, Patrick Bryan. You can put any number in there you want, you wish. I mean, it can be $10, it can be $10,000, it can be any odd number. So let's all, John Hollister, he likes being number one. $11,000, $1,100. $1,100 and what? $111. Thank you. Easy for me to say. Thank you, John. Who else will donate tonight and utilize that other button? The other button means any amount that you wish. Anyone else? Well, ladies and gentlemen, collectively here together, you've just raised an astonishing $181,923. Let's celebrate! All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have to do. And you see how easy it was. And I'm telling you, live bidding and donating in real time is a total game changer in the virtual fundraising gala business. You can bid and then wait 60 seconds and it's just awkward. I'm telling you, I looked at every piece of software out there. Event.gives is where it's at. And Patrick, we're going to throw it back to you.
Thank you so much, Scott. It is always a pleasure to be with you. No one makes me laugh more during our demos. Absolutely fantastic. What a great guest host and a lot of fun. So thank you so much. So I want to tell all of you about what Scott was using to make that live broadcast, because it is incredibly simple. in the end of the day, Scott was live in Fayetteville, West Virginia. He was using a pretty standard internet connection, nothing fancy. He was on his laptop with his web camera, and he went to our software and he hit the red Go Live button, and that's as easy as it is. So it's not a difficult process to create a stream. And if you have a more complex setup, like Scott would do if he were in a large event with his AV company, then they would create a RTMP feed, which I realize is a little bit techy, but that allows them to stream in the same way that I am today. So I use an RTMP feed so that I can control everything about what I'm sending you in my software, which is how I'm able to do, here's a Google Slides presentation. I can switch back to my camera as I did earlier. I can switch over to any number of other sources, including the gallery view of a Zoom. So I can do all those really cool things. And again, very, very easy to set up and design for you, the nonprofit, to run that event. You can have your guest host, as we did today, be in one particular location. You could then switch to another host, as I'm in Charleston, South Carolina today. So it's very easy to have multiple people. And all of them are looking at what Scott was using, which is our teleprompter / in-room confidence monitor. So when we built this system out, we were envisioning it being used in-room, but of course, also using it virtually, as we're seeing here today, is really simple. Scott was looking at his teleprompter. That's how he knew who was bidding and at what levels. And on the left-hand side of your screen there, you can see exactly what he was saying. But then on the right hand of the screen, you see those live event actions. That's the part of our system in the admin console, the manager, that I was using to push the buttons for Scott. And so that's where you'd set your giving levels to show in the paddle raise. You'd be able to switch in between each of those live streams, either sources coming in from video live or videos that you uploaded previously. All of those are there in the admin for you to control. And it is certainly not a difficult process. One of your volunteers can run those buttons and do that show. Or, of course, we have events that are more complex that AV companies work with, and they can press those buttons. But it's designed for you in a very easy way. The main thing that we've always been focused on for you, the nonprofit, is your data. So I want to highlight one of our integrations. The Razer's Edge NXT integration allows you to sync with Blackbaud's Razer's Edge and pass information from your event data, things they bid on, donations they made. You can send all of that into Razer's Edge and bring data back from Razer's Edge into our system, showing you things like the wealth score of your users. So our data mindset is all around giving you more information about who was at the event, how to communicate with them, and all of your data at event.gives can be exported, so you can have that data in any platform. In addition to Blackbaud, you can import it into many other CRM platforms as well. So for us, it's all about data. It's about creating engagement. And the number one thing that we want to focus on and continue to make our mission in life is helping nonprofits be able to get back to raising money with their supporters. We know that this time has been incredibly difficult, and all we want to do is build tools to allow live auctioneers, AV companies, event organizers, and nonprofits to be able to hold that event, be able to reach their supporters and get their message out, and then engage them in fun, easy to use events that they can get excited about that will help you raise money during this time. And of course, we look forward into the fall and having hybrid events that will allow you to get back in room, back engaged with those supporters in person ways, but also still have these tools at your disposal that while you're doing that, other individuals that aren't interested in being in room can also participate completely virtually and continue to support the cause. So I hope that gives you a good overview of the entire system and answers many of your questions. Anything that we can do to help you move forward, we're happy to do so. And at this time, I've got a couple of minutes here for questions. So if anyone has any questions at all, you can click that blue support button and type in any one of your questions. They'll pop up and Kelsey will answer them and/or I'll answer them here on screen. So the first question that I've got in the system is around your hardware needs for hosting an event like this. What kind of camera do we recommend and internet? And what I want to reemphasize is Scott was on his PC camera today with a normal broadband internet connection, so he was able to do that. We've had people often use their cell phone, so you can use your iPhone or your Android phone. You can hit that red button on the phone and you'll be able to create a stream right with your phone. So you really don't have to have any big significant internet or camera needs. However, in my case, I do have a Canon DSLR camera. It's going into my laptop. I'm using OBS software and an RTMP feed that's a little bit more complex so that I can do other things. Another question that we've got today is, what does the system allow you to do when it comes to uploading your items? And that's an incredibly easy process. We do have a support team that will help you set up your event. We charge to help create an event, but we'll also help you by uploading any of your items into the system. There's an entire upload section for that. So you can do that and get your event going. You can also use one of our support people, pay them to be live at your event as it happens, so that during your event, every single moment, you can have one of our staff on the phone with you, available to help answer any questions and be able to be your on-call support to make you completely comfortable during the event. When we get back to in-room, we have support people that can show up in room and help you, but we obviously at this point are doing it all remote. So anything else we can do to help you, I really appreciate you guys joining the call today.